Sasi put our hands together again for the choir. Thank you very much, Ghana Audit Service Choir. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2024 ASFACU Annual General Meeting. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to start with a prayer. And I would like to invite Apostle Charles Kwesi Adoma to lead us in a prayer.
Hallelujah. Shall we kindly rise to our feet? By the grace of God, it will rain money today. So, shall we kindly close our eyes for a word of prayer? Eternal God of mercy, we hallow your name. We give you praise. We thank you so much for this auspicious day, O God. We commit ASFACU into your hands, O God. We commit today's events into your hands, O God. We commit the board of trustees, the chairperson and her team into your hands, O God. I pray for the executive committee members. I pray for co-opted members. I pray for every member of ASFACU, Jehovah God. Even as we gather today for this AGM, I pray for grace, I pray for mercy. I pray that your mighty right hand shall, oh God, steer the affairs of today's occasion in the name of Jesus, Lord. We begin in your name and we say that when all is done and dusted, we shall remember to give all the glory to you. May your name be exalted, both now and forevermore, in Jesus' mighty name, and we call it done. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adoma. We are grateful. Okay, so our gathering here, we had a very good host who made it possible for us to gather here today. And so we would want to hear from him, his welcome address, welcoming all of us here today. So with a round of applause, let's welcome Mr. Christian Ajindoku to give us his welcome address.
Thank you. Good morning once again. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of past executives of this welfare fund in the presence of Mr. Ben Kujo and Mr. Alfasha. Board of Trustees, executive members of the fund, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the welfare fund, good morning and a warm welcome to each of you. It is a pleasure to gather here today with such a dedicated and forward-thinking group of individuals, united by a common purpose to enhance our collective well-being through prudent investment and responsible financial management. As we come together in this session, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for your commitment to this fund. Your participation not only reflects your trust in our vision, but also demonstrates your desire to uplift our community and ensure a brighter future for all members. This year has been pivotal for our welfare fund. We have navigated challenges and seized opportunities, all while staying true to our mission of fostering financial security, employment, and growth. Today, we will reflect on your achievements, discuss our current initiatives, and outline the exciting path that lies ahead of us. We believe that every member's voice matters. Your insights, ideas, and experiences are invaluable as we strive to create a fund that meets diverse needs of our community. I encourage each of you to engage actively in our discussions, ask questions, and share your thoughts. Together, we have the power to make a profound impact by pooling our resources and expertise. We are not just investing in financial returns, but also in our collective welfare and the well-being of those around us. Let us leverage this unique opportunity to strengthen our bonds and as members of and partners. Thank you for being here today, for your continued support of the fund. As we embark on this journey together, let us remain committed to our goals, inspired by our mission, and driven by the potential we hold as a community. Let us make this gathering a productive and inspiring one. Thank you, and thank you all.
Thank you so much. Indeed, together we can make a profound impact. Thank you very much, Mr. Adoma. Sorry, Mr. Ajindoku. So sorry. Okay, now that we've been welcomed, I believe all of us will now feel at home. So yes, as we are already feeling at home, I would like to invite the chairman of the Board of Trustees to give us the opening remarks. Please, let's put our hands together for her.
Past trustees, dear ASFACU members, good morning to everyone. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all to the 2024 Annual General Meeting of our Noble Audit Credit Union, ASFACU. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the Executive Management, I wish to thank you all for your continued trust, participation, and support of ASFACU activities and its management. I'm sure this is a day we have all been anxiously waiting for. It's the plan of the Board of Trustees to organize AGMs rotationally in the regions after the successful events in the Volta region. This forms part of the initiative to ensure that other members experience the activities of ASFACU AGM. However, due to other competing factors, the 2023 AGM was organized virtually. We are back with our initial plan of holding the AGMs in the regions, and for that matter, the 2024 AGM is being held in Greater Accra, hence our meeting at the AMA premises. Permit me to thank the Regional Auditor for Greater Accra for warmly welcoming us to his region. Ari, we are truly grateful. Moving on, as we may be aware, AGM gives us the opportunity to consider a number of resolutions intended to strengthen the governance arrangements of the fund, give opportunity for members to grow their savings, and improve the service delivery of ASFACU to meet the ever-growing and diverse demands of members. And this year's, that is the 2024 AGM, is no different from such ones. On this note, I thank you for joining us in person and virtually today. I trust that we will have a fruitful meeting and deliberations to support ASFACU activities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. We are grateful. Okay, so before we move on to the main agenda for today, we would like to adopt the minutes of the previous meeting. So, I would urge members to open to pages 24 to 28 of the annual report, where we have the minutes of the previous meeting, and then we would spend about 2 minutes to read the meeting, adopt it, and then we'll move on to the main agenda for today. Again, the minute of the meeting can be found at page 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Okay, so please, any comments from the minutes of the previous meeting? Great. So in the absence of any comments, can we have someone move for the adoption of the minutes of the previous meeting? Anyone to move for the adoption of the minutes of the previous meeting?
My name is Caleb Atto. I move for the adoption of the previous year's minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Any seconder?
My name is Vera Mate. I second.
Thank you so much. Okay. So now moving on, we would like to invite the audit service choir to give us some music, just as before. Yeah. So that we can continue from there. Please, let's put our hands together and invite the audit service choir. Audit Service Squad. Please let's put our hands together again for them. Okay, moving on to the main agenda for the day. Before that, please, may I kindly ask those behind to move a bit further. Just look for an empty seat, maybe 2-3 rows in front of you, and then move there. Thank you very much to all those that are moving. We really appreciate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great. Now, to today's business, that is to receive and adopt the audited financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2024, together with the annual reports of the Board of Trustees and the executive management and auditors thereon. So, with a hand of applause, let's welcome Madam Roberta Isiama Apia to give us the Board of Trustees report. Please let's put our hands together for her as she comes. We can do it better up until she gets here. Thank you.
Report of the Board of Trustees. Dear ASFACU members, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our annual general meeting. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to present the 2024 ASFACU annual report, which shows how the fund performed and other initiatives to modernize members' service experience. The fund continues to be in good financial health, as confirmed by the fund's investment performance for the period ended 31st December 2024 and the review by the external auditors' report thereon. The fund's administration continued to provide excellent service to members despite the sustained growth of the fund's client base and the many challenges presented by third-party client services, which resulted in the untimely release of the fund's monthly remittances. In 2024, the fund continued to modernize its journey through a significant effort to simplify and digitalize interactions with its members. Many new initiatives, such as streamlined processes, are ongoing to safeguard members' contribution and ensure prompt loan recovery process from defaulting members. The fund's active participating membership showed positive growth despite the separation of other staff members from the audit service. Considering the performance of the year and the opportunities in the future, the Board of Trustees has agreed to a proposed declared benefit of 5.9 million Ghana cedis to be paid out for the 2024 financial year. As trustees, we are committed to ensuring that the fund continues to operate within the emerging trends of opportunities to enhance membership experience with a steadfast focus on members' experiences, leveraging technology, and creating mutual benefit for all members. I wish to extend my personal thanks to my trustee colleagues and the executive team whose commitment and effort have propelled us to where we are today. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I wish to extend our collective gratitude to the Auditor General, members, and the fund's external service providers with whom we continue to collaborate with and consult in ensuring the sustainability of ASFACU. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Madam. Let's put our hands together one more time. Thank you so much, Madam Chair. We're very grateful. Now, moving on, the executive management team. Yeah, we would want to hear from them, 2024. How has it been? So, help me welcome, with a clap, Mr. Patrick Nikwe to give us the executive management team report.
Thank you very much, and good morning, members. If someone special to you invites you, and you are very told than she is, you have to adjust some few things. So I'll seek permission from the Board of the Trustees to do some little adjustment before my height will disqualify me. Thank you very much, and good morning, members. Thank you very much. So on the I table, I want to thank very much to our Board of Trustees, Madam Chair, and your team. We are very much grateful for the support you give to the executive team. For our regional auditor, thank you very much for hosting us one more time. We usually do it at head office level, but this time around it's for Greater Accra, and we are very much welcome in our own home. So Ari, thank you very much. And in our midst, we also have members of the fund in the past who have also served in various dimensions and also contributed their quota to the growth of the fund. Today is a day we want to appreciate them. They are with us, and I want to thank them very much for making time to join us. At appropriate time, I believe the Board of Chair will introduce them. But I remember vividly those days when the chair then invited me and told me, Patrick, Mr. Saki Ebabie. And I'm looking for Alex. I don't know where Alex has gone to. Alex, can he come? Yes. So our chair invited me and told me, Mr. Saki Ebabie. And I remember one of the Board of Trustees, also with us today, told me, Ni, yes, you know, all right, so I invited Alex here. Let's go. Yes, I spoke Ghana. We are in Greater Accra. And Madam Chair, Alex came to my office yesterday and told me he can now speak Ghana. So the guy spoke. I would like to invite Alex to tell us the meaning. What our former chair of the trustees told me, that Patrick, Mr. Saki Kebo know about you. So I promised Alex that I'll invite Locomotion. Today we are going to rename Alex Chairman because we are in Greater Accra. So Locomotion, can you join me? We are going to change Alex Chairman's name and we'll give him a Ghana name.
Overall, I don't know, but Bonnie, ni be na kind. No, Alex say, le profok ben, ko boss no cha Alex say, moko le moko no mi ja Alex de tell me je chichi. No man can be boy ole. No man Alex say, won tell ni akwe. Emi chichi me nya kwa ni ko ni akwe. Ni akwe e tun ake Alex say no ni di etenu. E chani fole le di etenu. Afọ ekome enyo eteno dile no gbena to ni akwe bi ane hu e wo ba bo yo kejo su adumankun onulo Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. So, Madam Chair, with your permission, today we are converting our chairman to Niakwe. So, members, kindly address him as such anytime you are calling him. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to stand in the name of our executive team for ASFACU to present our 2024 report. As mentioned earlier, we have made our report, a copy of it is in the report, and we believe that members have had time to look at it. So just to summarize, we would like to say that we appreciate the support we receive from the Fund Board of Trustees and also all other colleagues that we co-opt to support us during the 2024. Also, we continue to work with our third-party vendors who are helping us with our IT solution. It is with great sadness that we also continue to witness that some members of the fund couldn't be with us to celebrate our success in 2024. And we believe that at appropriate time, I will invite the Reverend to do the honors for them. We remember them as well because they were part of us from the beginning of January in 2024. But unfortunately, they couldn't be here to also witness our successes. 2024 was a very challenging year, and as members, some of you might have experienced, others will call us requesting for part withdrawals, others are also worrying us, they want some loan, and it has been a very challenging time for 2024. Not only ASFACU, but we believe generally it was a challenge for us to even get the remittances on time to ensure that we do the service as demanded of us. But despite that, we're able to sail through the challenges. So we'd like to beg members to be patient with us. We are still working out other alternatives, and together with the Board of Trustees, we'll surely come back to you with some new solutions on our best. We can turn around our contributions and also make regular payment for our loans so that there will be monies available all the time for us to access it when you want to apply for. Our 2024 net surplus was 6.25 million as compared to 4.83 million. Before the proposal for the dividend payment, which the Board of Trustees will be moving for acceptance. Our total fund net asset as at the end of the year was valued as 42.31 million, which shown an increase of 5.88 million as compared to 2023. And I believe my colleague will come over to share the details of our financial performance. As executive management, we are committed to be responsible in terms of the investment we do, as well as also adopt certain measures to ensure that the fund operates in a good manner and also meet members' let me say demands as well as experience with the fund. In this regard, we took a number of initiatives in 2024, and Kwabena Boydu is not here. I was at home and he was attacking me. Why are we chasing for him guaranteeing a loan for a member who has separated from the service? So we took a number of initiatives to go for defaulting loans. We are doing this in common interest because it is members' contributions that were made available for some of our members to access loans, and it is just a good call that they will make payment as required. Our fund continues to grow steadily. There are some challenges with the investment environment. We are very much concerned about it, and we are still keeping our eyes on the ball so that we don't lock up our investment. We want to also look out for other opportunities out of the traditional model of guaranteeing or providing loan for members, and also take some initiatives to ensure that our common and collective good will be secured as we journey together in 2025. As part of the digitization of the fund, we have made successful progress. We are still doing more and want to do more in 2025. We are also mindful that the environment that we operate with technology is changing, and we are also taking steps to ensure that we prevent hackers. This morning when John came, John was telling me that ECG has announced there will be light off. So if we don't pay the dividend on time and there's light off, we cannot pay the dividend. So we are taking steps to ensure that all emerging regulations as demand of us, we will comply, and also try and model the fund into a greater height so that will be example to many of the public service institutions in Ghana. One of the initiatives that we are coming up with, we have had occasions where members visit us to tell us that their church, maybe treasurer or maybe accounts officer in the church or the association. So we'll be initiating something we call the Pathway for Future Stewardship, where we'll give opportunity to reach out to any of the executive team. We'll share with you how we have grown the fund over the years, and also share with you some ways you can also improve on your skills and take responsibility, so that in your association or in your church activities or maybe your school activities where you take some responsibility, you can also leverage on some of the lessons we have used to build the ASFACU. Finally, the operations of the fund portfolio continue to be effective, efficient, safe, transparent, and transformational. We would continue to have measured ambitions in 2025 and effectively achieve desired targets in the best interest of all members. Thank you with warm regards.
Thank you very much, Chairman of the Executive Team. Please let's put our hands together for them. They are doing so well. They are doing so well. And then they are helping ASFACU grow. And we are grateful, Executive Team. Again, let's appreciate them. Thank you. Okay, so moving on. Those of you joining us online, we appreciate your presence with us. Yes, as we go along, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, kindly put it down at the comment section. We would acknowledge it and then address it accordingly. Thank you. So, to the auditor's report, let's make welcome Mr. Tremi to give us the auditor's report. No, not there. Okay, so we'll come back to the auditor's report. I know a lot of you are so interested in it, yes, but relax, it will come, yeah, in due time. But before then, let's receive the audited financial statements. So let's make welcome Mr. John Inwoza to give us the audited financial.
Good morning, colleagues. Yes, he said, my name is John Moza. I think I've also changed my name. I'm now Tugbe Amfuaga. So you can call me as well Tugbe Amfuaga and not Nikwe. So you can address me as such. Yeah, I believe most of the figures have already been highlighted, but I'm going to give you the details. We all have it in our emails, and so I'll only highlight some of the few things and not mentioning all the figures. So to start with, let's get to, if we have it, let's go to page 14, where the statement of financial position as of 31st December 2024 is. We have assets, which is made up of cash on hand. We have, and if you look at the notes, In fact, we did well by not keeping any cash on hand this year, as compared to 2023, where we have some few CDs. Then we come to bank, which is, the details can be found in note 3, which is an amount of 1.6 million. We have treasury bills, note 4, 5.2. We have fixed deposit, note 5, 905,000. We have bond, note 6, 7 million. Then we have receivable. These are money that we are yet to receive from controller, which is made up of, it's about almost about 4 months, and the total sum is about 11.2 million. So as chairman said, sometimes when you knock at our doors for some loans and part to draw, and we try to drag our feet, actually it's not coming from us, but you know, we depend on controller for our deductions. And when controller fails to pay, it becomes difficult for us also to honor some of your requests that you make. But I think we are trying to engage them more through the trustees so that at least there will be timely releases of our money. So to continue with it, we have debtors. And the debtors figure is about 23 million. And these debtors are loan debtors. Those of who are owing and are not paying. I think chairman also made mention that now those who have separated, if you know you guaranteed for anybody who has separated, please, we have already given a circular, I think for 3 months ago. We are not going to call you again. We just go straight to your investment with us and we debit you with it. So if you see some debits on your account, then go back and check whether you've other guarantee for somebody who has failed to pay. So we'll move on to the liabilities. The liabilities is made up of dividend payable. We can find the details in note 10, which is 5.9, as our trustee chairperson made mention of. And then we have gas welfare investment. I think this will maybe marvel some of you why we have that amount with that. Maybe if I want to explain it, there was a time we wanted to do some investment with a certain bank, and they needed some amount of money so that we'll be able to get a specific interest. So the welfare came in, and with that amount, we were able to get some sort of interest at a higher rate to be able to do the investment. And that is why that figure is being shown there. We have over-deduction, which can be found in note 11, and it's about 189. Let me also say here that some of you, that after payment of your loans, once we are chasing you for our money, when we also over-deduct, and you see it on your statement, please kindly draw attention. Or when you go to the system, there's a part that you can fill, and we'll quickly pay back the money to you. But that money will not come with interest though. Then we have our accruals, which can be found in note 12. So taking the liabilities from the assets, we have the net assets of 42,324,356 Ghana cedis, 0.86, as compared to 2023, 36,430,692.11. So you could see that the executives are able to do very well. Now we come to represented by, which is members' contribution. And members' contribution also increased from 35 million to 41,641,522.71. We also have some reserves that have been put in aside, and there was a little reduction to that, but the details can be found in note 14. Please, let's go to page 15, where we have statement of comprehensive income for the year ended 2024. We have it's made up of the income and expenditure. So for the income, we have interest on loan, which can be found in note 15, and the amount is 5,731,493.91 as compared to 2023, which is 4,844,268.00. Then we have interest earned on fixed deposit. There was nothing invested over there, so we didn't get anything from there. Then interest earned on bond, that is note 16. And the amount for 2024 is 1,202,500,000 as compared to 47,805.21. We have interest on treasury bills, also note 16, and can be found, and the total amount is 678,663,000.02 as compared to 1.1 million 2023. We have credit interest, which is 5,100.92 as compared to 2,561. Then the expenses for the year. We have CGA, that's a controller commission. It can be found in note 17, and it moved from 953,000 to 1,222,557,000.86. We have allowances to Board of Trustees, and you could see that 2024, they have not received anything. So it's zero as compared to 2023, an amount of 8,000. Then allowances to executive members, which is 65,900 Ghana cedis, as compared to 50,400 Ghana cedis of 2023. We have annual general meeting expenses, which is 92,000, as compared to 61,000 2023. We have general and admin, that can be found in note 21, and the total amount is 192,562 as compared to 2023, an amount of 184,351. So taking the expenses from the income for the year, we have earnings before other comprehensive income of 6,244,616.96 as compared to 2023, which is 4,833,156.64. Let's move our attention to page 16. Page 16, statement of movement in net assets for benefits, and the figures are there, so I will not go into details. I'll move to the cash flow statement, which is page 17. So for the statement of cash flow for the year ended 31st December 2024, to start with, let me go to cash flow from operating activities. So we have increase or decrease in debtors, which is made of, and the total amount is 4,080,281,000.55 as compared to 5,198,536.99 of 2023. Then we have increase or decrease in creditors. For 2024, is 1,000 as compared to 2023, which is 17,500. Then we have increase or decrease of over deduction, which is 3,855 as compared to 2023, which is 59,574. So we have the net cash flow from activities as of 2,164,419.91 as compared to 533,790.22. Then when we come to the cash flow from the investing activities, the amount is there for you to, once we have the details, you can also go through. We have the cash flow from financing activities, and the total amount is also 3,513,467.71 as compared to 2.108769.52 negative. So we have cash and cash equivalent of 14,782,112.08 for 2024 as compared to 2023, which is 11,268,644.37. Now, the analysis of changes in cash and cash equivalents are stated down there, which is made up of cash on hand, cash at bank, treasury bills, fixed deposit, and bonds, which also made up of 14,782,112.08. So, colleagues, trustees, and colleagues, please, this is the financial statement for 2024 December ending. Thank you. Please, the notes are part of the financial statement. I may not be able to, because of lack of time, I may not be able to go through all the notes. So, it's now, if you are ready with your questions and answers or contributions, then after the audit test opinion, we'll come back to answer that. Those online too, you can also share your questions, your contributions, and everything on the platform, and we'll try as much as possible to handle it for you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Inwoza. Sorry, thank you, Mr. Togbe and Fuanga. Did I get that right? Yes. Please, let's put our hands together for Mr. Togbe and Fuanga. Do I need to add the Mr. to the Togbe? All in all. He says all in all. So, Mr. Togbe and Fuanga, we are grateful. Okay. So, yes, as he rightly said, let's share our comments, questions, and they will be duly addressed. Now, to the auditor's reports. Let's make welcome Mr. Tremi to give us the auditor's report.
Thank you. Madam Chairperson and the board and everybody here in gathered, good morning. Before I proceed, I want to seek the permission of the board chairperson to acknowledge and recognize the presence of our former deputies, two deputies, Mr. Blessed Bafo Atta and then Mr. Benjamin Kujo. We are very grateful for gracing this occasion with our presence. I'm here to read the independent auditor's opinion on behalf of the team. And I want to recognize especially the team supervisor in the person of Madam Elizabeth Botre for giving me the opportunity. I now proceed to read the independent auditor's opinion to the members of Audit Service Final Accounts Credit Union as ASFACU opinion. We have audited the accompanying financial statements of the Audit Service Final Accounts Credit Union as ASFACU, which comprise the statement of financial position, comprehensive income statement of the statement of changes in net assets available to benefit and the statement of cash flow for the year ended 31 December 2024, and notes to the financial statements, which include a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory notes as set out on pages 16 to 21. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial transactions of ASFACU as at 31 December 2024, and of the management financial performance and its cash flow for the year ended in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS. Basis for opinion: we conducted our audit in accordance with international standards on auditing, ISAI. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of the financial statements section of our report. We are independent of the management of the fund in accordance with the ethical requirements that are relevant to our audit of the financial statements, and we have fulfilled our other responsibilities in accordance with these requirements. We believe that the audit evidence we obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our opinion. Independent auditor's report. Executives' responsibility for the financial statements. The executives are responsible for the preparation and of financial statements that give a true and fair view in accordance with IFRS, and for such internal controls as the executives determine necessary to enable the preparation of financial statements that are free from material misstatement, whether due to error or fraud. The executives are also responsible for overseeing the fund's financial reporting process. Madam Chairperson, I come back to your bosom again. With our permission, I want us to move to the last but one paragraph of the report. We communicated with those charged with governance regarding, among other matters, the planned scope and timing of the audit, and audit findings that we identified during our audit. We have obtained all the information and explanations which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. In our opinion, proper books of account have been kept by the fund. Signed, Elizabeth Botche, for on behalf of the audit team, dated 12 March 2025. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Treme. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Okay, so the board is ready, executive team also ready to receive your questions and then duly answer them. So any questions? Anyone who has any questions should kindly raise their hand, and then the mic will be passed on to you. Okay, so if there is no question in the house, we have some few questions.
Thank you very much. My name is Roberta Alomatu. So please, when we go to the statement of comprehensive income, we realize that there's an increase in the allowance to Board of Trustees. In 2023, it was 8,000. In 2024, 0. Allowance to executive members in 2023 was 50,400. In 2024, 65,900. I would like to know the cause for the increase in the figures.
I think we'll take about 2 or 3 questions before we answer them.
My name is Joseph Amankwano. My question is, when you go to page 14, we have a bond there. When you look at 2023, there's no bond figure. There's no any outstanding bond there. However, when you come to the note 6, you see that there is interest on income for the bond 2023. My question is, when we don't have a bond in 2023, what yielded that interest income? Then you come to note 6, the same note 6. You notice that they've stated there that there's no like acquisition of bond during the year. Meanwhile, in 2024, you have a bond there, and that yielded another interest income. But beside that, you realize that the bond, you didn't indicate the age of the bond, whether it's maybe 2 years bond, 5 years bond, or 7 years bond. Besides, the coupon rate too is not stated. It becomes very difficult if you want to calculate the interest amount for you to be able to compare and see whether the right amount has been accrued. Another issue with the accruals. When you go to the accruals, we have a accrued what do you call it? Honorarium. I presume honorarium is something, to the best of my knowledge, should be an expense. I don't see the reason why you should accrue for honorarium. You pay it when you have the money. If you don't have the money, why should you accrue it? So these are my questions.
So I want to know, my name is Vera, and please, how are the independent auditors able to maintain objectivity when they are beneficiaries of the fund? Thank you.
Hello, please, my name is Abladi, and I'm from the Judicial Institute. On the statement of cash flow, I realize that the main there was a contribution of 2.248 increase to 6.028 million, which is almost 4 million. But for dividend paid for 2023 was 4.9, and then for 2024 it's 5 million, which is a difference of just 100,000 between last year and this year. And comparing the dividend to this year's drastic increase in contribution, please, I want to know why it's just a difference of 100,000.
Please, can I come again with your question?
I was asking that contribution for 2023 was, members' contribution for 2023 was 2.2 million, and then for 2024 was 6.029 million. And last year's dividend was 4.9 million, and this year's dividend is 5 million, which is just a difference of 100,000.
It's 5.9.
Note 17.
Well, let me attempt to answer some of the questions now. The first question was asking why the increases in the allowances of executives. You realize that if you go through the account, the increment is not even up to, how do you even call it? I don't even know how to call it. It's even insignificant. looking at the job of the executives, what they do. And the whole thing increased from, yes, from 50,400 to 65,900. When you strike the difference, it's 15,500, and divide 15,500 for 5 people. And you see the sort of increment that even the Board of Trustees gave it to us. We were even fighting them because it's just about, we are talking of 15,000 divided by 12, then divided by 5. And you see the increment you are talking of here. So it's nothing to even to talk about it. Then I would then. Let me see. I think you also make mention of the Board of Trustees. The Board of Trustees, if you see 2024, we've not even paid anything to them. We are yet to pay them. Yes, I will also attempt to answer that of the bond. You were talking about the bond rate. You and I know that there's no way we can bring all those details on the face of our accounts. And that is why those documents are made available to the auditors to go through. But we know that you cannot do any bond without giving a specific rate. So all those things are there. If you care to know, when you come to our office, it's available. We don't normally do more than 1 year bond, as you want to know. Normally, it's within 1 year, but it's rolled over. When it comes to, you made also mention of, there was no bond in 2023. I just want to get the right figure and I'll let you know. Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Our member, Joe, you have to visit our office. So, okay, you're first in head office. All right, thank you very much for the questions and the comments. Just to address on the issue of bond, our bond matured and we have to do a rollover of investment into 2024. And what we did was to kind of negotiate for a higher rate. So the bank requested that we need to meet certain threshold because we're playing on the secondary market, and we have to talk to our colleagues from the welfare to also, they wanted to do an investment in T-bills, but because we were able to have the upper hand on the bank and negotiate for a higher rate, we considered their investment to be part of us so that we can do the investment in 2024. But before the maturity of the bond, we're able to recognize an interest of the amount you are seeing in 2023. That is why you didn't see any principal amount for 2023 for the bond. But that is what we rolled over in 2024. All right, so our colleague mentioned that why are we paying honorarium when we don't have money and we have to accrue it, okay? All right, so Joe, as part of the accounting arrangement, we have to do a matching concept. The honorarium you see there is basically the expenditure we incur in organizing the AGM, as we are doing currently, and all the supporting team that we have participate in that. So what we do is we recognize that liability, okay, and payment will be done after the AGM. So that is how you see it there.
Somebody also asked of how independent are the auditors? Okay. When they are part of, they are beneficiary. Okay. Yes, I'll say something, then Patrick will also add on. You see, yes, they are beneficiaries, and let me, maybe those online to know that we even don't select them. It's the trustees that appoint them, even though they are part of our end. It's not something that they only come and sit down and just take any document and accept. They go through a rigorous activity to have to do at least like auditors. And if we are to appoint auditors from outside audit service, our dividend that we are paying about a 5.9, we may pay about 2 million because the charge that they will pay. So yes, they are beneficiaries. They come in with their, they come in as independent people to audit the fund. They don't come because they are beneficiaries. They raise audit queries and we answer them as well. So it's not something that they only come because they are auditors, just accept anything that we explain. And that is why sometimes even the AGM normally delays. Sometimes back and forth, they need this document, we have to pull it. There are certain documents we are not able to satisfy. There's no way they are going to accept some of the figures. So that is what I can tell you. But Chairman will also add on to why they are part of us. And yes, the auditors.
All right, thank you very much. And thanks very much, member. Mrs. You have to come and report to. All right, okay. So for members, this is our fund, okay? And we all play different roles, okay? So somebody will say, why are we the fund managers when we also contribute and take loan at the same time? For our auditors, they comply with the ethical standards of the audit process. Although they are members, they also do some disclosure in terms of their ethical standards to the management of the fund, okay? I doubt whether our colleague is suggesting that we should get a private firm to audit us. We are growing this fund together, and we believe that some of the members will also be invited one day to also have a role to play in the development of our fund. So as the auditors have highlighted in their opinion, they have disclosed their ethical standards by complying with the ISA, which is accordance with standards. So as we grow together, we'll get to a point where we'll invite other people from outside to kind of also have a review of our activities. So that's what I want to say. I could see my colleague Locomotion who wants to make a comment. All right, and I hope it's going to be a comment. Else I'll disclose your fund balance. All right. Madam Chair, I have a disclosure to make on Loco, but he has begged me that I shouldn't disclose his fund balance. So we'll give him the opportunity to make a comment.
Thank you very much. It's a comment. It's a comment. Okay, so just want to add that what we were discussing here, they shouldn't say they are independent auditors. We are okay. We know they are helping. They should call themselves volunteer auditors. Then that will sit well. Because when they say they are independent, that becomes problematic. The other issue also is in response to the disclosure of the bonds. And I think where we are having the misstatements here is the issue of disclosure. So you explained very well, but if we are reading and I'm not able to attend the meeting, when I read the financials, I should be able to be well informed. Because we also noticed if you don't have a principal, where is the interest coming from? So just for the accountants, those who put the accounts together, please let's do well in making appropriate disclosures so we can make informed meaning of the numbers as presented. Thank you very much. Comment.
All right, well noted. Okay.
Thank you very much. Just to add that, just as we are asking questions, even though they are members or they are beneficiaries, they have a stronger independence, if I may put it that way. Because just as you are also asking questions, because you are beneficiaries, that is why they are also scrutinizing the books to make sure that the managers manage it well. So I think it is in the right direction that we take people from us to do the audit. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Colleagues, you know, the audit firms, if we intend to outsource, the basis of charging is sometimes some use a percentage of our total revenue, maybe 1% or 5%. Some to use the composition of the team members. If manager, it is that. So before we realize that the fee alone can be as much as 500,000. That's minimum. So, and you know, we have inbuilt controls. The audit service, you don't just pass through and go. We have our distinguished DAGs who are no more with us, though we continue to see them. If we don't have the integrity and we don't protect it, once you was it, you can no more come here. And we have promotions, transfers, and other issues, which if you don't hold yourself well, you will see you will laugh at the wrong side of our mouth. Because we don't just want people to be in the helm of affairs, but we want people of integrity, professionalism, and all the best attributes. So members, be assured, we are there to give you the best of service. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Auditor. Please, let's take some questions from our online viewers, and then we'll come back to the house. Okay. So someone would want to know, is it true that when you take a loan, you cannot make part withdrawal from your contribution? And then another says, why is it that some members are not allowed to guarantee for other members? And then, when should we expect our part withdrawals to be paid? Sorry. Maybe the person has put in an application and it's not coming through. And then, when do you think controller is going to pay ASFACU? And then why does it take several months before loan deduction starts by controller? Let me add the last one.
Yeah, let me try to address the questions that. The first one is. Is it true that when you take part withdrawal, no. Please, when you take loan, you can still take part withdrawal. But the part withdrawal is limited. We all have a limit as to how much we can withdraw. Within a year, we are given 4 times to do part withdrawal. But you know that sometimes you've taken a loan of 50,000 and your contribution is 5,000. And you want to come and take that contribution so that in the event of something happening, where do we fall on? So these are things that we all have to look at, but it's allowed. But we also look some of our judgment to see something, because you can't take a loan of 50,000, and that's what people normally do. They will take the loan immediately after the loan, then they will quickly come back to take their part withdrawal. And then we may either decide to give, because if you are to pay the loan immediately, your 5,000 cannot offset the loan that you've taken. But the general principle is that you can take part withdrawal when you take loan.
And why is it that some members are not allowed to guarantee for others?
Now, every member, so far as you are a staff and you are a member of the fund, you are allowed to guarantee for others. But what we are doing now is that we realize that a lot of people just guarantee for as many as they want. Now, we should all bear in mind that if the defaulter fails or the person who benefits for the loan fails, we are going to fall on your contribution to offset it. And there's an inbuilt system, I think they will come and talk about it, that we've also instituted in the system, that it will tell you the number of people that you've guaranteed for, and it will even limit you from guarantee. If the system says you can guarantee for 3 members, after 3, when you go onto the system, it's not even permit you to guarantee because we are trying to help you. Other than that, if I'm your boss as a Togbe and I've come to you, and you've guaranteed for more than 4 or 5 people, you have no option than just to guarantee for me. But if you go on the system and the system says, please, I cannot guarantee, I cannot force you because the system is saying that. So we want to help ourselves from pushing us, especially our bosses, to force us to guarantee for them when we know that we cannot do it. So we are allowed to guarantee, but not to a certain number of people, which very soon you will see it on the system.
When will my application for part withdrawal be paid?
Yes, we freeze the part withdrawal because we needed to have enough funds to pay for your dividend. We all know that we cannot have AGM, and once Madam Chair declared the dividend, then we say that, oh, controller hasn't paid us, so you cannot have your dividend. So we needed to freeze the payment of part withdrawal and loans. Now that we are doing the AGM, once the green light is given, automatically everybody's application will be honored. But once again, sometimes it's subjected to availability of funds. We are doing our best. I remember one of the person asked of
yes, when will controller pay?
In fact, we don't have control over it. If you know the number of times that Madam Chair has been calling controller personally, and the promises that he will also give, oh, Madam Chair, myself and Patrick have been visiting controller personally, but sometimes their hands are also tight. But the agreement is that if our salary was to be paid, they would have paid. But they take part of it, but we will get there. We'll get there. So, but the general principle is that we don't have control over when they are going to pay. We can only sometimes, maybe just plead with them to pay us, but we know that maybe, hopefully, as things changes and they try to pay us monthly, automatically your part withdrawal and your loans will be honored. Thank you.
To add to what John said, I think it's a national issue. Controller is saying that it's a national issue, but then he's doing his best to see how, he can help us resolve this issue. Because we even had to go to him and plead with him that without these remittances, we can't hold the AGM. And it's the funds of our staff. So that's how come he was able to pay some of them. I'm sure he's paid since then, the arrears. He's paid 2 more months, but this is as at 31st December 2024. So as he rightly said, just after the AGM, we've paid the dividends. We would give the green light so that your part withdrawals would be honored. Thank you.
Okay. Is there an avenue to cancel my application for part withdrawal if I don't need it anymore?
Yes, there is. Once you put in an application, either loan or part withdrawal, and you don't need it anymore, you can go onto the system and cancel it. Even when approval is done and you don't, approve of it, it will not be paid to you. So you always have that authority to do whatever you want to do on the system. Thank you.
kindly explain the AGM online expenses of Ghana 10,000 cedis for the live streaming, when from the layman's view, all we might need is data to stream on YouTube.
You see, sometimes, but we will attempt to explain. Whoever asked the question, I hope you are seeing us live. If we are to, if we are to just buy data, how will we be able to see Madam Chair? How will we see our trustees? How will we see your colleagues? And some of us too, that it's been a while that we saw our past DAGs. How will we be able to see them? So if you happen to be able to see that there's a whole setup, it's not something that we are just putting it there for, expensive sake, but there's a whole setup that I hope that one of these days you have to be here in person, then you see how the whole thing looks like. Thank you.
Okay, another question says, why do you still deduct from my salary when you select only maintenance for payment of loan?
What colleagues and staff should know is that maintenance is not the first option. Our deduction starts from your salary. Along the line, sometimes when you do the input, it will take time for controller to deduct. So sometimes we encourage members to come and pay cash, and they will not come. And that's why sometimes we fall on the maintenance. But while you have affordability, and you say that we should use your maintenance is not an option. If government decides not to pay the maintenance, where do we get the money from? So please, let me encourage that if you don't have affordability, that maintenance is don't try, because when you try it, the first option is that we are going to fall on your salary first. If you don't get it, if you have a contribution, we'll take it. And before we can go to maintenance and all that, because at a point it was becoming a problem even to the finance people. Because almost every day they have to change figures and whatnot. So please, let's try as much as possible to meet the affordability threshold and do good with it. Because you can just imagine when they say they've paid maintenance and everybody is laughing and you are crying. So the first option is not maintenance. At least members should know that the first option is deduction from source, and that is your salary. Maintenance, yes, sometimes we consider when maybe deductions are not going through, or sometimes you've taken more than we do consider sometimes when there are emergencies and somebody, we need to help the person, then we can use that option. Thank you.
Okay. Please, when is the payday of our benefits? The dividend, I believe so.
Oh, the dividend is going to be paid today. Once the chairperson approves it, so those even with stand chart, your account will be credited today. So please rest assured that you are getting your money today. Yes. Yeah, some if others say they've received it, so it means that magic is being done while the meeting is going on.
Okay, please, when are you going to review the interest rates on loans?
Well, that would depend on a special resolution, but Chairman will handle that, and Madam Chairperson too will handle that. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And when the last question came, I could hear a lot of All right, so we are making some steps. We are looking at the environment, considering the risks that the fund is also challenged with. Our monies are not coming. The question is, what do we have to invest and also give out for loans? But that issue has come to the notice of the Board of Trustees. We are still looking at the what Bank of Ghana will do in terms of the base rate. What other options can we do? But as members, we are also very much interested because we also take loans. And I know Loco has even applied for a loan this morning. So that issue will be discussed, and maybe during the course of the year, there will be some kind of adjustment. I don't want to make promises like politicians, so the adjustment can either be up or down. But that discussion is an issue before the Board of Trustees, and we'll be doing a lot of conversations on that. Thank you.
Okay. There is another question that says that, please, I want to know, if I have an idle fund, how do I pay it into the fund to raise my contribution?
All right. Well, the fund needs more money to do a lot of activities, but we are also guided and mindful. We are not doing commercial activity. So what we try to do is to raise a mutual fund where we allow members to contribute a little quota. We haven't considered the option of having an ideal fund somewhere and you kind of swallow your fund balances, which I know Alfred wants to do that with his income is getting from where we cannot vouch for. So we are still thinking through to see how best we can grow the mutual fund. But for now, we don't allow members to invest their idle funds. So we will suggest that if you have good money like Locomotion, who has money, you cannot use it for any other purpose. You can invest in other instruments that are available on the market, but for the fund, we don't encourage that you do those investments with us.
Seeing that interest on loans generates more revenue, why won't the loan tenor be increased to enable members to take more loans?
All right, thank you very much. So we had a conversation yesterday. Loco is proposing that we should even pay dividend upfront in 2016, 2025 at those days. All right, so we are very mindful, and we don't have to lose the track of the intention of the fund. The fund was set up not in terms of a long term, but what we are trying to do is to grow the fund so that at least before you separate from audit service, you get something before your eventual, let me say, your gratuity or your pension money comes in. We also set this fund to ensure that short-term needs among staff members are well taken care of. To extend the tenor of loan like the commercial banks do, they have quite a much muscles than we have. Okay, so they can stretch to do 4-year tenor for repayment of loans, but the fund is too immature to kind of go into that space for now. So we are still doing the 12 months. At certain extraneous circumstances, we give opportunity for some members to go up to 18 months with different terms, but we don't want to risk the fund too much because the exposure out there is very big. Okay, and you know that some banks even collapse as a result of these exposures. We have to be guided. Else, I know that some people will even take us to court. And I could see Biggie coming to sit down. Biggie can even take us to court if we cannot pay his contribution back to him. All right, John.
Please, can I withdraw all of my money if I don't want to contribute again?
Yes, once you are not indebted to the fund, you can ask to excuse yourself from the fund. So you just have to apply for your total contributions, and once we have funds, we just pay you off.
But the issue is that once you opt out, please, you can't come back. Yeah, no, because you don't decide today that I want to opt out, take all your money, then after 3-4 months, then oh, I want to be part of the fund. So please, any decision that you take, be careful. Thank you.
Why are we leaving money in fixed deposits with no interest earned? Why won't this amount be reinvested in a more profitable venture or share to members?
All right, so as we are all being encouraged, you don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay? So we kind of spread a little bit to kind of balance the risks. And investment management is not like trading, okay? So you have to be very mindful of the risk exposure and how best you spread yourself to mitigate the risks. But the fixed deposit in specifics, investments we did in the past, which we are still pursuing, we are still having some discussions and pursuing these monies to come back to the fund. That is why we are not earning interest. We did so because of the accounting principles. If you remember, there were some banks that were liquidated, and we had some investments there. So what we are trying to do is, although the money is with them, we have capped it at the maturity value as at the occurrence of the event. Once we recover it, we will surely channel these investments into a much more interest-bearing instruments. Thank you.
To this, let me just. The investments in the Man Capital and NTHC have been declared as non-performing. What measures have you put in place to retrieve these funds and investments, or otherwise?
Right, thank you very much. Our member who has posed this question. So that is what I was alluding to, that these are investments that we were making in the past, and it got to a point it was non-performing. What we have done as executive management is to recognize it in the books. We are still pursuing Man Capital. If you remember, PwC was appointed a liquidator. We submitted our claims. It has been validated. We still pursue PwC, and our chairperson personally has also taken steps to get the recovery from our liquidator. So that is not lost. We are very optimistic we'll get it. For the other investment that we did with NTHC, we have also lodged a complaint. We have gone through the motion with Securities and Exchange Commission. We filed an appeal. It was ruled in our favor. A ruling said that NTHC should take steps to pay our money. And we are pursuing them for that. We don't want to get to the lawyers to start taking our money from us, but we are making all effort. And some of our colleagues are also helping us in that process to kind of push for it. Okay, and we are very optimistic we'll get these investments. There have been some suggestions for us to impair these balances, but we think it is too early in the day to do that. We're also mindful that these are funds for members, okay? So we will make everything possible to recover them. We are on that agenda.
Okay. Please, can we consider mobile money and standing order as means of paying our contributions and reduce the sole reliance on controller?
All right. So you know the story of the necessary evil that you have to play with. All right. So these are options that we are working on. Some few colleagues come over to the fund to share their thoughts. We have already designed a digital solution for this. But what we have to be very mindful of is, as I indicated, fund management is not like trading, okay? If you give Locomotion a chance to do Momo payment, I can trust you. He will do the Momo payment, but at his own time, which will affect some certainties. Okay, so in the investment management, certainty is also the game. You have to look at the certainty of what comes in and what goes out. But we are thinking through to have some multiple options and make things much more flexible. I've had occasion where Mike is here. He has brought in some suggestions. Odway too has come to me. Then Mark Annaman. Okay, Annaman too has been in my office having conversations on how we can grow the fund and turn things around, where we'll do some mutual fund, proper mutual fund things. But what we need to remember is that we don't want to lose the history behind the fund, how the fund came into being. The mutual fund as practiced by some of the investment houses is very, very commercial. But our fund is not commercial, okay? So we are guided by some of these things. But to just answer the point, and I believe that is the last question, Anna, we have developed a digital solution, but we still have to do a lot more conversations to have a very good way to handle it within the context of our fund as we manage it as ASFACU. Thank you.
There is one more, but
Joe, would you have to come to my office. All right. So go to Joe. Joe, I don't see you in the office, so you have to show up. Okay, right. So the question on increase of contribution. As you already know, Controller is also transforming its activities. They have done a lot of digitalization of their processes. You cannot just take someone's pay slip and just start charging something on the pay slip. You have to get a mandate form from the individual. So for you to increase your contribution, we will need your mandate form authorizing ASFACU to go and take so much from your pay slip. Controller is having some technical difficulties. We do everything on our part, but sometimes the input doesn't go through as expected. We have offered some technical solutions for them on their side, but because it is a different entity, we don't want to kind of go into the environment to start thinking of how they can solve their own problems. But what we are trying to do as ASFACU, going into the future, we'll develop our own internal solution so that when we have instances of that nature, you can easily do your contribution, but not to bring idle funds where we cannot vouch for. All right, so we'll take Joe, the last member, who wants to make some comment and suggestion.
With the issue of lack of independence with our member auditors, I would like to suggest if maybe they will not be there permanent, it will be maybe within 2-3 years, we can change them and then new members will be on board. And then with the issue of commission from Controller Accountant General, I wanted to find out if maybe members can do a standing order with their banks. I don't know how much interest they will be charged anyway. So that any time the money goes into the account, then quickly they can deduct it and then pay to final accounts. So in order to avoid the
all right, Joe.
in payment.
Right, Joe. Thank you very much for your input. So on your last one, it's part of the digital solution we are working on to have those opportunities so that members can kind of get contribution through standing order with the bank. But it is not easy like that. So we need to have some technical solution on our side, then also approach some of the banks to participate in this, which we will be working on in 2025. Thank you very much.
On that note, we want to thank you for your participation. So, Madam Chair, thank you.
Let's put our hands together for them. They've done well. Thank you, executive team, and well done. So, if you have any more questions or clarifications, suggestions, comments, you can reach out to the executives, yes, or you could also send an email, yeah, or contact, yeah, the executives, and then it will be duly addressed. Thank you so much. Now, moving on, we have some 2 approvals to do. And so I would like to invite the chairman of the Board of Trustees to take us through. Please, let's welcome her with a clap.
Thank you very much, Anna. I think we've just been told that Stan Charts, our bankers, are saying they will be experiencing some systems challenges. So I think since we are anxiously waiting for our dividends, let's just move to the next issue. So now, based on the performance of the financial performance of the 2022 fund, the BOT has recommended, that's the Board of Trustees, have recommended a payout of 5.9 million Ghana cedis to members. May I therefore request for a member to move and another member to second this resolution? If we should delay and then they start experiencing the challenges, I'm sure the system will shut down. So we'll be having our money sometime next week. Okay.
Thank you very much. That is nice. I'll be so wholesome. Are you not going to clap? 5.6 million.
5.9.
5.9 even. 5.9. That's almost 6. I hereby move it with alacrity. Thank you very much.
Can someone second?
Seconded by Celestina Ada.
Okay. So therefore, 5.9 million Ghana cedis has been approved as dividend to be paid out to members. Thank you. Now, I think we've taken note of what you just suggested, Joe, that the board of the external auditors should be there just for a term and then we rotate. So going forward, we'll, take note of that and then consider it. But for now, the Board of Trustees have decided to renew the mandate of the external auditors just for a year. Okay. Right. So can someone just move and then another second date?
I, Judge John Fua, move to accept the external auditors.
Okay.
I second it. I'm Joseph Amapano.
Right. Thank you very much. So the mandates of the external auditors have been extended just for a year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. Let's put our hands together. 5.9 million dividend. I believe some people have already started receiving the cream. Well done. Yeah, so the audit service choir will give us some music. As we prepare for our next phase of today's agenda.
Yeah.
Now, to our special resolution, I would like to welcome the chairman of the Board of Trustees for our special resolution. Please, let's put our hands together for her as she makes her way here.
Thank you very much. This is a special resolution. So I hope you agree with me that before we adopt it, we should know the context. So let me invite the chair of the executive to provide us with the context before we adopt this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. So, members, you all already know about the guarantor system. Before you access any loan facility from the fund, you need to provide 2 guarantors. Over time, what we have recognized and noted is that you might have a member who is indebted to the fund. Then you have somebody like KK, Kojo Chairman, being the guarantor, and it has to separate from audit service. The whole concept of guarantor is that you stand in to make good of any indebtedness if the one who applied for the loan is not in a position to pay. So if that person has gone on retirement and you default your loan payment, the big question now is, how do we get our money back? Okay, so that became a big gap that we have within our ASFACU fund management. So as executive, we made a proposal for the Board of Trustees to consider this resolution where if you are indebted to the fund and you have Mr. Joe as a guarantor and he is going on retirement, you have to replace that guarantor for us. A similar thing is like the student loan trust and people who have benefited from the student loan. If you have somebody who guaranteed for you and that person is going on retirement, you'll be demanded to make good of their indebtedness, or you replace the guarantor before the person can get his entitlement. And because this is a welfare mutual fund, we didn't want to be very hard to say that, no, if you are going on retirement and you have guaranteed for someone and the person hasn't paid, we don't have to let you take your funds. Okay, we don't want to do that, but we want to give members opportunity to replace a guarantor so that the guarantor will be replaced. We will use the ASFACU portal. Once you get a notification, you have to now trigger a new guarantor to stand in for your indebtedness, should in case you default. So this is a gap, it's a compliance issue, it's also a control issue to ensure that we safeguard members' contribution. And I want to bring to the AGM for a special resolution. And what it means is, once we get approval, we're not going to start immediately. We'll use 2025 to finish up all the digital solution around it. Then effectively from 2026, we can practice this new process. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
So based or following from his explanation, the Board of Trustees would like to move for this, what do you call it, special resolution. So can one of you move and then the other second it?
Okay, my name is Caleb Ato. I want to move for the special resolution to be adopted. Thank you.
Any seconder?
My name is Festus Eduatefa. I second the motion. Thank you.
So members, thank you very much. The special resolution has been adopted.
Thank you so much, Madam. Thank you, Chair of the Executive Team. Yes. Now to the next agenda.
All right, thank you very much. I'm co-MC with my own HM here, and I know some people are jealous, especially Akins and Achina, and they will ever be jealous. We have reached one of our vital agenda for today. We have senior colleagues with us who have served audit service well as ASFACU. And since they went on retirement, they're having a good rest. But we decided to bring them around this time because we are in Greater Accra. And once we are in the RAs region, we have to do all honest to our obligations. So at this point, I would like to invite our chair. We want to honor our Board of Trustees who have gone on retirement. The first on our list, and I will refer members to turn to page. Let's quickly turn to our page number. Yes, page number 31. I don't want Togbe John to get confused whether he's a member of this group. So we deem it necessary to celebrate our former Board of Trustees who have served. They have played a vital role in ensuring that we as executive management, and not only this current tenure of executive management, we uphold integrity and stewardship in management of ASFACU funds. They have also been members, and I remember those days. Mr. Bafuata will call me, and I don't have choice now to tell him what he's getting, because his contribution during those days was the number one. Locomotion is trying to beat him, but look, we have more way to go. So we would like to invite Mr. Benjamin Kojo, who was then the Board of Trustees for the period 2014 to 2022. So, Madam Chair.
Okay. So this is a citation in honor of Mr. Benjamin George Kujo. With profound appreciation, we recognize your outstanding leadership and dedicated service as chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Audit Service Final Account Credit Union for the period 2010 to 2023. Under your stewardship, ASFACU achieved innovative policies and enhanced member benefits, inspiring confidence and trust among members. Your integrity, commitment, and visionary leadership guided ASFACU towards growth, strengthened governance, and safeguarded members' funds. Automating ASFACU's operations during the COVID-19 lockdown ensured uninterrupted service and financial support to members. Also, organizing the first ever online annual general meeting demonstrated resilience and adaptability. We honor your invaluable contributions and commitments to ASFACU's mission. May your legacy of excellence continue to inspire generations to come. We say, Aiko, Mr. Benjamin Kujo. Please, can you help me appreciate Madam as she takes her seat? We are so grateful, Madam.
All right, so we'd like to call on our regional auditor, Sir Chris. Can you join us? Yeah. Let's give him a round of applause as Sir Chris joins us. And also would like to invite Mr. Blazer Bafuata. Ni skana ina minya. All right. So his citation will be read by Anna Sol.
Okay. This is a citation in honor of Mr. Blessed Bafuata. We recognize and celebrate your invaluable service as a member of the Board of Trustees of the Audit Service Final Account Credit Union for the period 2016 to 2020. Your integrity and dedication have driven ASFACU's growth and stability. Your guidance and contributions led to remarkable progress and enhanced financial services for members. Your role in shaping policies, ensuring accountability, and fostering trust has been crucial to ASFACU's success. Your leadership has left a lasting impact, inspiring confidence in the union's future. It may interest you to know that you were the highest contributor until your retirement. We extend our sincere gratitude for your selfless service and dedication. May your efforts continue to inspire and contribute to ASFACU's growth. Ayiko, Mr. Blessed Bafuata. Let's put our hands together again.
All right, thank you very much. And I would like to call on Ms. Judith Parku to also join us to do us the honors as we celebrate one of our former Board of Trustees, Ms. Elizabeth Beatty. She is very engaged, so she has nominated one of our colleagues to stand in for her, and that is Roberta Alomatu. Kindly join us. And citation for Elizabeth. I will tell you one story of Madam Elizabeth Beatty. She was then at Ministry of Finance branch, and we happened to do an assignment on World Bank PPR. And she walked to me after the assignment and said, Patrick, this thing you did is beyond me. I'm going home. Then I checked her date of birth and I realized that she'll be leaving us from Board of Trustees level in 2023. So a citation will be read by Anna as well. Thank you.
So this is a citation in honor of Madam Elizabeth Beatty. We recognize and celebrate your invaluable service as a member of the Board of Trustees of the Audit Service Final Accounts Credit Union for the period 2013 to 2023. Your integrity and dedication have driven ASFACU's growth and stability. Your guidance and contribution led to remarkable progress and enhanced financial services for members. Your role in shaping policies, ensuring accountability, and fostering trust has been crucial for us as ASFACU's success. Your leadership has left a lasting impact, inspiring confidence in the union's future. We extend our sincere gratitude for your selfless service and dedication. May your efforts continue to inspire and contribute to ASFACU's growth. Ayiko, Madam Elizabeth Beatty.
All right, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause to our former Board of Trustees members. We can never pay them for their service. This is a kind of a gesture and a token from all members of ASFACU. And deeply we appreciate the service you have given unto us. And you know, colleagues, sometimes they call us to know, how are you guys doing? Okay, so let's also reach out to them and also be checking on them because they have contributed. And it is also a motivation to call on all members here to also contribute their little quota to support ASFACU activities so that tomorrow you also be remembered in this nice way. Thank you very much. And I would like to move on with our program, and it's time for us to have some presentations. We know we have taken much time of colleagues. We are going to do this very quick. John told me that he has received an alert from Ghana Commercial Bank and he's jumping around. And I know Loco is getting negative figure, so he wants to go home early. We want to wrap things up very quick. So we'd like to invite Electroland to do some presentation. So Madam Chair, I would like to seek permission to ask you to switch over your position so that we take the presentation from Electroland Ghana Limited. We'll also take a presentation from Demvest as well. Then lastly, I hope you remember Ayukwe. All right. Lastly, we'll take a presentation from Ayukwe as well. He will never be called Alice Chairman in ASFACU again. All right. So, okay. So let's have Electroland. Please do it very snappy for us. Thank you.
Madam Chair, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, warm greetings from Electroland Ghana Limited. My name is Jerry Mauli Amajiro. Electroland Ghana Limited is the only distributor of Samsung Electronic Media Toshiba Appliances, ABB Electricals, and brand owners of NASCO Electronics in Ghana. We deal in a wide range of televisions, air conditioners, refrigerators, washing machines, gas cookers, display fridges, small kitchen appliances, ABB Electricals, and mobile phones. With over 15 years in customer electronics sector, we are geared towards bringing the latest technology to your doorsteps, bringing happiness into your lives the lives of individuals, homes, offices, and hospitality sector in Ghana. With the widest range and distribution network and over 20 showrooms spread across Ghana, Electroland Ghana Limited gives customers nothing but the top best quality in terms of the brands we sell. The best brands on the market, the best customer service, and perfect on-time after-sales service through our service centers network across Ghana. To maintain our position as the market leader in distributing top innovative international brands at a best competitive price, followed by excellent after-sales service, support through qualified and well-trained dedicated team. To be Ghana's most customer-centric company in electronics and appliances with a nationwide coverage reaching into the homes of every Ghanaian through our excellent customer service and state-of-art retail and distribution chain. We are very grateful to partner with Ghana Audit Service Final Account. We have a very good package for the staffs and members to get these products on affordable basis and on installment basis as well. So if you need any products from TVs, fridges, washing machine, gas cookers, laptops, mobile phones, and etc., kindly contact our offices across the country or come to our head office, just write adjacent Paloma Hotel, or contact Ghana Audit Service Final Account office for your item, please. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much, Electroland. If you want to have your television set, and I know Mampaya is getting ready to get air conditions in his room. Apostle Charles, we need to get some televisions and banners in our homes as well, so that when we visit, we'll be cooling off in your residence. Electroland partners with ASFACU. What it means is once you have the brochure and you are in good standing and you have capacity to pick any item from them, you can let us know. We'll give you a facility. Then you can do your payment with Electroland. I would like to invite Demvest. Demvest is our partner all these years. We started this journey together. And at a good time, we will celebrate Demvest and all the other colleagues who help us develop the ASFACU portal. What we do with Demvest is that we are showcasing what we have developed over the years to other public service welfare associations and credit unions. And we are asking of him to pay us some proprietary rights, which he has promised to do that. He has a new product on the ASFACU, and we'll want to give him opportunity to share the functionality of the system and how best you can also consume the product. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rigwe. Madam Chair, Board Trustees, ASFACU members, I am really honored to stand before you this afternoon. Being your principal technology partner for all these years, since 2019, we embarked on this journey to digitize ASFACU, and we have made a lot of successes over this period, and we are still committed to innovation and excellence. That remains one of the key things of our partnership, and we'll keep doing that. Last year, we embarked on a significant transformation. You saw a lot of changes on the application. This was not just an upgrade. It was a complete rebuild from ground up. Now, this was done to prepare you for all the upgrades that we were come to give you, enhancements, and introduce cutting-edge features to support the fund's expansion whilst ensuring rapid adaptation to the emerging opportunities for us to take full advantage of this. Beyond ASFACU, as Nikwe said, our collaboration has set a benchmark, and what we started 2019 today is benefiting other member welfare groups, and this is affecting lives across the country. This is what we share together with you as great success with this solution. Today, ASFACU is once again leading the way in implementing our latest feature we call Marketplace. Now, Marketplace is a new functionality we've designed to empower welfare members to enable them to list their products and services, making them visible to all members in the fund. Now, what this is that now members who are part of this ASFACU fund can register shops on their platform. When you log into the application, you'll see Marketplace as part of the menu, and there you can now register yourself as a shop on this platform. Now, you will then have the ability to list your products or services that you offer so that your colleagues and members of the fund can see this. Now, this functionality has just been released to ASFACU. Like I mentioned before, you are leading the way with all our innovation. When you register a shop, this will go through a vetting process to be approved before your members will see your listings. So when you register a shop and your colleague sitting next to you doesn't see the shop, it means that it's not been approved yet. So there is a verification process, a validation process that's done by the administrators of the fund to ensure that you are genuine, and then your shop will now be available for listing. Now, also very important to note that your shop can also be suspended from the shop. So in case you are now not providing the items you claim you'll be providing to members, managers of the fund will now have the ability to also suspend your shop on the platform. Now, this is key the marketplace, allowing you connect to each other. You can now also from the marketplace directly connect and communicate to the member who is involved or who has actually listed the products over there directly from the platform. So this is marketplace in a brief. Now, before I leave, I would like to say that most of the functionalities that we released last year, you have used some, and I would encourage you, especially when it comes to the identification aspect of the system, to upload your national ID cards, enter your Ghana card numbers, so that you would be properly validated on the platform. I'm sure very soon you will not be receiving dividends or withdrawal if you've not done this. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Denvest. And colleagues, there is a new product that we are assisting our vendor to launch out. It wants to get some feedback. So as and when you try your hands on it, kindly let us know your experience so that we can give him feedback. He also touched on one of the important things we would like to leave to members. Going forward, your Ghana card ID is becoming very critical for financial transactions. We want to urge members to update their data on the portal. Without it, your dividend will not go, because we receive notifications from the banks that some of the transactions, they cannot do verification. So we want to urge members to do that. Again, we want members to upload their pictures. We want you to be a member of ASFACU and we can identify you. So kindly do that. It's becoming much more critical nowadays. Without it, any part withdrawal, any loan will be very difficult for us to process. So members, kindly take note and do that. And let's explore other innovative ideas. Then also let's share our feedback and our experiences. So we have heard from Electroland. We can get some gadgets for our homes. And again, on the portal, we can take advantage of the new functionality on the system so that we can also showcase and experience and do a little Sika business. In the past, someone said, Sikam Pedede. So you have to be careful on how you utilize that portal. I would like to invite Nya Yukwe. Nya Yukwe, can you join us? Let's give him a round of applause. Akwe, Nya Akwe. Yes, so let's welcome Nya Akwe to do a digital payment channel that we launched in the past. Members are not utilizing it. We want you to do that because going forward, it will be the new norm. So Nya Akwe, are you ready?
Ten. It's not easy. Yeah. Good afternoon, former members of the Board of Trustees, the current members of Board of Trustees, my colleague executives, and ASFACU members. It's about 3 years since we launched our digital payment system, and in fact, the usage has been very encouraging, but we still want to urge members to continue to use it. Now, looking at the challenges of ASFACU facing our non-remittance from controller, we want to encourage members to, as a matter of urgency, try as much as possible to utilize the digital payment by either Momo or using the QR code, DH QR code payment as well. Now we have, with the kind courtesy of the chairperson of the Board of Trustees, we have appointed a grievance officer who is in the name of Mr. Michael Oblite Tete. Mr. Tete, can we? Okay. So that if you have any challenges with regard to your payment not being recorded, you can follow him for it to be addressed. So as I said earlier, we want to encourage members to make full utilization of the JHR code and the Momo transfer network, which can be used from all the various net platforms like MTN, Tigo, and Airtel as well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Oh, you are done.
All right, so let's give a round of applause to Nya Yukwe. All right, so HM, can you join me? And we will beg of you to bring our Board of Trustees back to their chairs so that we can close for the day. Thank you. And members, as Nya Yukwe mentioned, this digital payment is what we are going to leverage to enable members to make payment if your contribution is not going through at controller, if your loan recoveries are not going through. Let's take advantage of this because we are going to enhance this product together with Dinvest to see how best we can avoid the charges from controller and delay in remittances. As Nya Yukwe said, Nya Yukwe, why am I getting it wrong? Nya Yukwe, they need you more here. All right, so, okay, HM.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nikwe. Let's appreciate Mr. Nikwe. Okay, so all too soon, we've had a fruitful day, and then it wouldn't have been possible without the grace and mercies of God. So we want to say thank you, Jesus, for how far you have brought us. And then we, on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the Executive Management Team of ASFACU, we would also want to say a very big thank you to the Audit Service Board for their support to the ASFACU vision. We also want to say a very big thank you to the Auditor General and management staff of the Ghana Audit Service. To every ASFACU member, we appreciate you. We appreciate your continuous trust in the union. And to our ASFACU editorial and communications team, we say thank you. You've been doing great. And then it's so recognized. Thank you so much. DevNest, we are grateful to you for all our digital solutions. Thank you. And then Controller and Accountants General's Trips and Payroll Units, we say thank you also. Not forgetting our great hosts. Thank you so very much, Mr. Ajin. And to the Audit Service Choir, we thank you for your presence. You've given us some good tunes. You've given us some very good tunes, and so we appreciate you. Past chair and members of ASFACU Board of Trustees, thank you. Thank you for being with us today. And thank you for always checking up on us, ensuring that we are doing the right thing. It's not gone unappreciated. We say thank you, and once again, I echo to you. To everyone that has made it possible for us to gather here and to have a successful meeting, we say, God bless you all. And then till we meet again, safe and all the best. But before we leave, I would like to invite Mr. Richard Brobe to give us, aka Power, to give us the closing prayer. Please, let's put our hands together and invite aka Power, Mr. Brobe.
Thank you. Can we please rise for a word of prayer? Father, we are most grateful unto you for this great opportunity that you have given unto us. We started with you, and surely you have ended with us. We commit ourselves before you. We ask that, Lord, you will keep us, you sustain us. We ask for your preservation as we move from here, both far and near. We ask that, Lord, you will keep watch over us. We ask that you will preserve us. We commit the Board of Trustees and the executive into your hands. We ask for the wisdom that you granted Solomon that caused the king of Sheba to visit him. We ask that, Lord, you grant them financial intelligence to be able to use our money, that we will make an exponential profit, that when we gather a year like this, we will have exponential dividend to celebrate. Father, we also pray for your preservation. Keep us. Let your blessing be upon us. Let your favor come upon us and sustain us and meet every one of us at the point of our need. We thank you for being with us, and we thank you for sustaining us. We thank you for hearing us, and we thank you for granting our petition. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Thank you very much. So we'll hear some musicals from... Okay, just a minute. Please, before we leave, pardon me. As Mr. Nikwe indicated, yes, 2024, we had some members of the fund, some members of the service, let me put it that way, leaving us, and today they are no more with us. Before we leave, we would want to acknowledge them and then maybe, yes, observe a minute silence in honor of them. So please, may we observe a minute of silence for the departed. May the soul of the departed rest in peace. Amen. Thank you very much for coming. This has been the 2024 ASFACU Annual General
All right, on behalf of Board of Trustees, thank you very much and have a good lunch. And colleagues joining us on virtual, will reward you in a different way. Thank you very much, and let's meet together in 2026. We would like to ask our Board of Trustees to take lead, as well as our former Board of Trustees, and all others can follow suit. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you. asem. Missy Yesu yodo.
song.